Okay, so I want to talk about selling digital files. Probably 2 years ago, maybe, it might be somewhere in that vicinity, it might be a little longer, might be a little bit less. I asked the question on the Pro Forum. There's got to be a way as professional photographers that we can make a living and never sell a print ever again. Is there something you could come up with? And I'm not trying to, please don't interpret this as Kirk is trying not to sell prints anymore. I'm not. I think selling prints is the bomb.com. Even like with real estate, for example, I've been making suggestions when I go into these fancy houses that I talked about like yesterday. I told the lady, I said, you know what you should do? If you want to be an awesome agent, when it's all said and done, you ought to have me make you a little small, inexpensive album of this house and give that to your client. I said, you're probably looking at $50-$60. I said, but imagine having something like that in the hands of that client with your name and your picture and your address slapped all over it. When it comes time for them needing a real estate agent in the future, or better yet, when it comes time for them to recommend an agent, who you think they talking about? The lady's like, oh, Kirk, that's a good idea. So you would make that? You could just make? I said, yeah. All you have to do is say, Kirk, make the album. Consider it done. I'll send you a square invoice like I've been doing. She goes, well, when this house sells, book it. We doing that. So you see, my point of this story is, even in the real estate world, I'm selling digital files right now. I'm not selling prints, but I'm still working the print angle is what I'm getting at. And that was why I asked the question, because I think if there's a way that we can, sell digital files to people, so to speak, and then turn around and work the print angles, we end up making the same amount of money, if not more. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, a senior mom comes in to place her order. Now, look, granted, this is a great customer. I did her senior pictures, the mom. I did her wedding. I photographed all her kids, family portraits, watch me grows of every kid growing up. I mean, these people have given me money like you can't imagine over the years. They are wealthy, very connected people. Very connected. Anyway, so she comes in to place the daughter. The oldest has now graduated. She's a high school senior, okay? She's now graduating. I did the pictures. They loved the pictures. She comes in. The first words out of her mouth, we want the all digital package. Now, let's stop. Time out. I sell the all digital package for $995. Okay, what do you get? All the digital files, high resolution. I tell them you have the rights to do whatever you want with those pictures. However, as an incentive to keep buying from me, I'll give you 40% off all packages, and I'll give you 50% off any large wall portraits. And they're like, okay. So first words out of her mouth, I want the digital package. Then she proceeds to order a 50, or was it a 75? It's $800 and some odd worth of an $800 and some odd package of small prints, 8x10s and smaller. But of course she got 40% off. Then she ordered a 20x24, another $500 and some odd on canvas. But of course she got that for half price. Now, of course, we all know how professional photography works, being like this is what we do. And we know that even with a 40% discount and 50% discount on wall portraits, I'm still making money on this, okay? Well then, of course, those 50 or 75 or whatever it was, small prints, that wasn't enough. She had to get 3 more small prints on the side. Now, remember, I give you 40% off a package. by ordering those a la cartes, she didn't get that at a discount. She had to pay the full $29 for those, okay? Next, she orders my biggest album that I sell, $600 worth of album, okay? Ain't no discount for that either, okay? She ordered some portrait panels, and she ordered this, and she ordered all kinds of stuff. Bottom line is we sat and calculated the whole thing, and as a result of her buying the digital package the way she did, I ended up making about $500 or $600 more dollars. Now, of course, she gets all those digital files. Sure she does. But the reality is, let's go back in time. When was it that a customer from, say, 5 years ago or 10 years ago came to you and placed another order? Oh yeah, does it happen? Sure it happens. But how much? Wouldn't you prefer an extra $300 to $500 from every customer, as opposed to the one person who comes in 5 or 10 years later and orders 2 more 8x10s? I mean, the numbers. Think about the numbers. So if you're out there thinking to yourself, man, I'll never release my digital files, man, I tell you, that's like giving away the negatives or whatever. Let me help you. Let me help your reasoning a little bit. It's all profit, okay? At the end of the day, this woman ordered close to $3,000. The bulk of it, $1,000, was pure profit. Pure profit, because all I did was I burned a 15-cent CD. Now, just because I'm that kind of guy, and just because Tom Usher says I'm cheap because I only paid $10 for a poem, I did go ahead and order from H&H, by the way, a beautiful CD cover with her picture on it, okay, for her $1,000 worth of CD that she gets to have. I mean, if you're not selling digital files, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, and it's all just profit, okay? That's all I got to say. That's the last thing. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's crank this conversation up. If you've got a way that you think, you know what Kirk should be doing? Since he's doing it, he should be fill in the blank. Post that in this thread. If you, as an individual, are doing something like this little crazy thing. By the way, this is not the first time this happens. People come in and they say, well, man, I can get that all digital package for $9.95. Yeah, and then you're gonna give me 40% off and half. That's what I want. It's just profit, okay, people? It's just profit. Now, like I said, if she would have never bought the $9.95 package, she'd have paid more for the print packages, and she'd have paid more for the wall portraits. But when you average it all out, about $500 or $600 more is in my pocket right now because of that. It's crazy talk, people. Crazy. We are at the studio. Our minds are blown that people do this, and people will walk around the corner. Scarlett, my daughter, and go, and because she took the order, and she's like holding the papers and goes, that's what she's mouthing to me. The numbers don't add up, but that's what people want. That's what they want. So guess what? That's what they're gonna get. I give you one more. Golly, I mean, it's almost a 10-minute video already. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on about this, you know? And I'll even throw in a plug. This is one of the major things we're talking about at my Kirk Jam coming up. If you want to attend, just say it. FIIP.net if you want to read about it. Anyway, I had another lady call me up. She wants me to come to the hospital, photograph her baby that was born yesterday in the hospital room. Okay? I mean, is that some beautiful lighting or what? But that's okay. I was happy to do it. Happy to get the business. They hand me cash when I walk in the door, right? Kirk, all I want is a bunch of digital files to post on the internet. I said, well, those are $7 times the number I shoot. Okay? And I ended up shooting, I don't know, 20 something images. Guess what? $300 to shoot it, $7 times 20 something, and after it's all said and done, I just make a ton of profit. It's all just labor, okay? Now, these pictures came out awesome, okay? Awesome! Because I had this beautiful window light to work with. As a result, what did I do? I'm starting suggesting albums and prints and wall portraits, and you're right, we could put that over our fireplace. You see, that's when it's part of my job to then turn around and make extra money. Think about this, people. The digital files is your in now, because it's what people want. Give them what they want. I'm just saying. Talk to y'all tomorrow.